I don't know if you were around and remember how articles will be written about how horrible fashion was during the early 2000s. Back when we thought skinny jeans were the epitome of fashion, there was a lot of discourse going around about the fact that people didn't really know how to dress during the early 2000s. Fast forward to 2020, when 1-2K came back around, people started praising the early 2000s and completely dissing fashion during the 2010s. Now we see skinny jeans as something kind of outdated, not really on style, but are they really that bad? Or are we going through what a lot of people have talked about lately, outfit blindness? I have to say, I have abstained from talking bad about any trends since I did my fashion trends I'm skipping in 2024 video, and I got some sort of backlash. I kind of got bullied into just talking positive about trends. So I'm not necessarily gonna talk bad about any trend. At the end of the day, you can wear whatever you want. You will look beautiful wearing whatever you choose to wear. What I want to talk about more specifically are trends that I think are gonna look very outdated in 2 years, and I definitely think a lot of us are gonna think, why were we wearing that? I've seen this happen over and over and over again. Every 2 to 3 years, people tend to completely drift away from the microtrends they were using at a certain time and kind of, you know, see it with a different eye and think, you know, maybe that was a questionable thing. If you think back to 2020, it was very heavily influenced by the late 70s and the early 80s, kind of this disco theme going on. People are not really doing that anymore. Same thing is gonna happen. I think in around 2 to 3 years we're gonna look back to 2024 and we're gonna be like, maybe those were some interesting choices that were made when it comes to fashion. So I've compiled a list of things that I think we're gonna regret or cringe at in the near future. Some of this I like, some of this I don't necessarily like. Let's start off with the first trend, which is balloon skirts. I don't necessarily hate this trend, but I do think, especially the white balloon skirt, the more I see it, the more I think it sort of looks like a very big diaper. I can't see it as anything other than that. I do think this is gonna be so 2024. If you want to buy a skirt like this year, it does look very cute, but I do think it's gonna be one of those pieces that you're gonna have in your wardrobe, and then in a couple of years you're gonna be like, what was I thinking? And I'm saying this because it's happened to me. I bought, what was trending 10 years ago? Skater skirts. I look at it and I do think it's an interesting choice. It can be timeless depending on who you are. I do think timelessness looks different for everyone, but I do think balloon skirts are a little too overly trendy right now, to the point where it's gonna look dated and we're gonna be like, why were we wearing that? The next thing, this one I don't like, wearing your thong out kind of as a fashion accessory. I think this is done a little bit more on celebrities. I haven't seen anyone doing this on the street. I think IMGA had some pants where it wasn't that you were necessarily wearing your thong out, but it kind of looked like that. Totally not my thing. I don't think we should be wearing our underwear as a fashion accessory ever. I do know that this was trending back in the early 2000s. I remember seeing articles bashing this specific trend back in 2016. So I think it's just so funny how it came back around. The next trend that I think is gonna look very 2024 are mesh shoes. This is a trend that I've talked about on my channel before. I still don't like it. It looks uncomfortable. It looks like your feet are gonna smell. It was done before, it was long forgotten, and it's gonna happen again. If you buy a pair of mesh shoes, you're not gonna want to wear them in 2 years or 3 years unless you were wearing them 3 to 5 years ago when they weren't trending. You're not gonna wear them again in 2 to 3 years when they're not trending anymore. The next trend that I think is gonna look dated, but I know a lot of people love doing this trend, and I saw Ash Callahan's, I'm sorry if I mispronounced her name, video, and she talked about skirts over pants. I have to say, I agree with her when she said there are some people that can't pull it off and they do it very well, and you can see that that really is their personal style, but there are some people that do it in a very trendy way, and not only in a trendy way, but when you do trends over trends. So let's think a sports jersey with a pair of pants and a skirt on top of that, and then add some flats into the mix. That's such a trendy outfit. It's gonna look dated so fast. It will go super viral on Pinterest right now, because what I've seen on Pinterest is that if you seem to do the most, you're gonna go viral. I don't know why that's trending right now. I think you can see when someone is not being true to their personal style. It looks kind of very costumey. I think it really depends on who you are. If it's your personal style, then you're gonna continue doing it in 3 years, and if it's not, it would be a very 2024 thing. Another thing that seems to be everywhere as of late is very sheer clothing. Now, I've never been into this. Wearing very sheer clothing can get the wrong people's attention. It's not something that I've seen a lot of people do in their daily life. It's kind of annoying when you want to buy clothing and everything seems to be sheer and it's like it doesn't even work with the place where you live. It can be done right. I think it looks good on certain people. I'm getting a little bit tired of it, I'm not gonna lie. When it comes to celebrities and their red carpet looks, I think we can be doing so much more. I was actually talking to my cousin the other day and we were discussing how wearing very sheer clothing to the point where you can't see your underwear only works in big cities as well. I would so not wear that where I live or back in my hometown because it would make me feel so uncomfortable. I'm so happy that women have kind of found this sort of freedom. Also, when it comes to not wearing a bra, I love not wearing one. I hate them so much. But I do wonder if it's gonna go full circle and we're gonna drift away from sheer eventually. It's not that I hate it, I just don't know where we're gonna go with that. Let's talk about extremely baggy shorts and jeans. I'm all for a baggy jean. I literally just bought myself a pair. But here's the thing again, I think I have outfit blindness as well. I love how a baggy pair of jeans look with a very fitted tank top. I think that looks so cute. But I do think we will eventually go back to skinny jeans. I've seen Bella Hadid and Devon Carlson drift a little bit away from that and use a more fitted pair of jeans. In 3 years, maybe everyone's gonna be back to skinny jeans. I don't know exactly when it's gonna happen, but it's happening. I had COVID like a week ago. But anyways, what I have never gotten on board with, and I don't think I ever will, because again, it doesn't look good on me. A pair of very baggy shorts really do make me look like a little boy. And I mean extremely baggy shorts. Extremely baggy shorts. It's something that I will cringe at myself if I was wearing them when they go out of style. This is something normal. I think every couple of years we all cringe at what we were wearing a couple years ago. It's not a bad thing. I hate doing these sort of videos where I kind of diss trends because I just know, you know, I'm putting myself out there to get bashed at. I know how you guys are. It's okay. This is what happens when you put yourself in the internet, you know. I know what I'm facing. Also, imagine how not sad, but yeah, how sad and how difficult is it to be a teen right now online. It was difficult 10 years ago, don't get me wrong, I went through it, but now it just seems like there's a lot of trends and you just feel like you have to keep up. It must be so hard. I'm happy to be 23 at this point in time, I'm not gonna lie. Anyways, the next trend that I think is gonna be a little cringy, bows on everything. That's also gonna pass. It stayed a little bit longer than I thought it was gonna stay, but by the end of next year, it's just not gonna be around anymore. I do think it's gonna be similar to the mustache, the old that we were wearing during the early 10s. I think bows are cuter, but I do think we might cringe at a certain way that the trend was used, especially when it comes to, you know, just wearing a shirt with a bow. I think that's gonna look very 2024. The next thing that I think is gonna be very cringy, and this one I cringe at this one in 2024. I know I'm gonna cringe at this in 2026. I don't do this one. I don't think I ever will. Capri leggings. Not just wearing capris. Capris are a whole spectrum. You can have cargo capris, denim capri. Capri leggings. Wearing capri leggings instead of actual pants to go out with a blazer or something like that. This really reminds me of the biker short and blazer trend. It's the same trend but different. A lot of people are wearing capri leggings with blazers. Same thing. It's the same thing. It's gonna look dated. I think we're gonna cringe at it. Not into it. The next thing that I think we might cringe at, t-shirts with a bikini top design. This reminds me a lot of the white t-shirts that we were wearing during 2018 with bralettes over them. I can't get on board. I don't like it. The next thing, this is the last thing that I think is gonna be a little cringy, is the overuse of open work materials. To a certain extent, they can work very well, but the overuse of them, where it's going on both the bottom and the shirt, I'm not into that. If you really think about this, a lot of the people who are creating these micro trends are kind of sort of influencers. There are either Instagram influencers, TikTok influencers, we have kind of influencers on Pinterest. They are the ones that are kind of carrying these trends. And here's the thing, and I know we all know this, but I feel like I have to remind you guys, a lot of these influencers, they don't buy these clothes. These clothes are gifted to them. They don't pay for them. They don't have a 9 to 5. They are not working so hard to buy these things. They're given to them. So I know we all feel the necessity to dress just like them, but we really have to think about the fact that it's just not sustainable to be changing your entire style every single year just to fit the trends that are popular. The next time these people are gifted something else, the trends are gonna change and everyone is gonna want to dress like them. Like I've said a ton of times in my videos before, I don't buy into every single trend that I talk about, and I know my fellow YouTube creators are not buying everything they're talking about either. It's not responsible, it's not intelligent. It's very important to have this sort of long-term mentality when it comes to clothing. For how long are you actually gonna wear the piece that you're buying? I really like to have a wardrobe full of timeless pieces and buy small trends every year. If I just buy trends, I end up at the end of the year feeling like I don't have anything to wear and kind of wanting to get rid of everything. It's happened before. I've learned it's just not sustainable. Again, if you have the economic power and you're buying from sustainable brands, then it's fine. As much as I like doing positive videos about trends and, you know, kind of tell you what's trending at a specific point in time, I do feel the necessity to do these sort of videos where I talk about trends in kind of a little bit more of a negative light, trends that I don't like at least. Thank you guys for watching this video. I hope I didn't come off as a negative Nancy, because that's not my intention at all. If you feel the need to leave a comment, please be nice. Please don't be mean. It's not a personal attack against you, it's just what I've seen online. If you want to subscribe, the button is down below. I talk a lot about trends. I love making these sort of videos more than just talking about trends, but again, tell me what you think, because people have been mean in the past. It makes me think twice about talking about things in a negative light. But I also post blogs and other type of content. Anyways, thank you guys. Love you.